Hey, Tarot Sphere, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures, and I am here today with a new deck. I'm just going to pop open the chat real quick, switch it to live chat so it's not just top chat, because that's a thing that YouTube does these days. Also, did anybody see that they're taking away, Beaker says hi, they're going to be taking away Google Hangouts, which is like the worst. I don't want that to go away. I love Google Hangouts. But anywho, yes, so I'm here with a new deck this morning. And I'm just kind of situating the laptop. So I can see everybody in the chit chat. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so this is a deck that I received on Kickstarter, that I received from Kickstarter. We all know how much I love me a good Kickstarter. Speaking of shameless self-promotion, I have a really good Kickstarter going on right now. If you want to take a look at it, it is actually linked in the whatever for the video. So 100% check it out. There's only 2 hours left, you guys. I want to say we can make it, but I don't think that there's enough time. But if you wanted to keep apprised of what's going on with the project, definitely give it a follow. If you back $1 and it doesn't fund, the good news is you get to keep your $1, but you also get to be set up to receive updates on the project about where I'm going to take the planner next. Hi everyone, how are you? Beaker says hello. He wants to have in on the video. I'm not gonna let him miss one. He's been kind of a troll. Oh my god. Never mind, I guess I'm gonna let him. Beaker. Isn't nice, pal? All right, so I got this deck on Kickstarter. It's pretty awesome. Beaker's on my shoulder, so forgive any jarring that might happen. It's a cat deck, and I know that there's, hi Becky Beetle, how are you? It's good to see you. I know that there are some people out there that are going to be like, yay, cat deck. And some people are going to be like, oh my God, another cat deck. I know, but I love me an animal deck. And this one was just so much fun that I couldn't say no. So when I backed for the deck, the little guidebook, and also this really cute pin, which I will open in just a second. Beaker is just so happy to be out. He's making popcorn noises. So let's go ahead and get this pin open. I haven't even opened the pin yet. Beaker, leave it alone. Beaker, leave it alone. Okay, so it looks to be a hard enamel pin. For those of you that are up on your pin game, let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. Look at how cute that is. A little cat on the strawberries. I actually just had farmer's market strawberries the other day, and they were fucking-licious. Oh my God, you guys. I went to my first farmer's market. What's today? Thursday. I went on Tuesday. There's one in a neighboring town, and it was their first one of the season. So there was only one farm stand per se set up, like one that does like actual produce. And I bought 2 pints of their strawberries. I didn't bust into them until last night, and they were like the sweetest strawberries ever. I always forget how much better locally grown produce is until you actually get a taste of it. All right, Beaker, I need my hand for this. So this is the book that comes with the deck. We're gonna put the deck right over there for now. So it's by Gabrielle Cash, and I put a link to her Kickstarter below, and I tried to put a link to her where to buy the deck, but honestly, I'm just trying to get this thing started because we're running a little behind this morning. So it'll take you to her Kickstarter, which is over now, obviously, because we've all got the product. But if you head there, you should be able to find what she's planning on doing with the book. Oh my goodness. Hello. What are you doing? You have to go already? Oh my goodness. Bye, Becky. All right. Ah, Beaker. What the? Oh my God. He just bit me so much, and I'm just trying super hard not to hate him for it. Okay, so the Weird Cat Tarot. You've got a table of contents, major arcana, minor arcana, suit of cups, pentacles, swords, and wands. And then you've got some tarot spreads. And then, ooh, the Weird Cat Zodiac. And then sketches. And then real cats from the deck. Don't you bite that camera. I swear to God. Did you see his beak? Don't. You be a good boy. So the Don't bite the camera. Oh my God, I will put you back. So it goes into little blurbs about the major arcana, a little bit about cat stuff, like, for example, the Fool. It says kittens will often leap before they look. With their eyes set on their prey, whether it's a bumblebee or a pile of pom-poms, they will immediately take action and trust that they will land safely. The Fool represents this optimism, a naive trust in life and oneself. This urge for spontaneity is a good thing. Trust that no matter how you land, you will learn what you need to. So it takes a little bit about cat behavior and a little bit about traditional Rider-Waite tarot meetings. Let's go ahead and just do another one. The Hermit. Okay, so some cats just want to be left alone. Yes, they know they're cute. No, they don't want to be picked up and kissed a million times. Like the Hermit, you need time alone for self-reflection. This cat urges you to find answers you're looking for within yourself. You might be distracted or trying to please others too much. So some of them, I don't know that I agree 100% with that. And oh, look, some of the text here is cut off. So this is just like a little perfect bound. It's got that nice matte feel to it. The booklet's perfect bound, like a little paperback, it's pretty good. I wish it fit in the box. Hi, Amethyst, how are you? Beaker, what are you doing? What? Beaker. He's attacking things on the table because he's such a big man. Like so here's the death card. Death is not to be feared. This cat represents endings as well as beginnings. A chapter in your life is about to end and a new one will begin with results that can, oh, so a little bit of a typo, that can maybe, or better or worse, who knows, your owner could get a pet fish for you to eat, or they could replace you with the dog. Like death, you can't escape change. So a little bit, there was one typo there, and then you got the aces. So it's nice to see that the suits get the same amount of attention as the majors. It's also nice to see like that it's consistent across the board. The Seven of Swords shows that you're trying to. It's a dog dressed like a cat. Oh my God, I cannot even right now. So Seven of Swords shows that you are trying to hide something and it may not stay hidden for long. The cat on this card is trying to get away with something. You are always at risk of being found out, and it is better to just own up to your mistakes on your own terms. Don't you bite that. Oh my God. He's being such a shit right now. All right. Beaker, I love you very much. Yes. We'll do a Beaker show later. So that's basically, you just get little blurbs about the cards, which is perfect to get you started if you're a beginner. And you know, if you're a seasoned pro, it's Rider-Waite based, so you can obviously read more into it. The images on the cards are pretty they're pretty closely aligned to Rider-Waite, so there's not like a whole bunch of guessing, which is nice. And then you've got the tarot spread. So you've got classic 3-card spread. The 3-dog spread, or the dog spread, is your fear, how to handle the fear and the outcome. The cat paw spread. Oh, that's cute. It kind of looks like a cat paw. Where are you? Where have you been? What are you looking for? What obstacles will be in your way? And where will you be? The fishes spread. What are you passionate about? What is your strong suit? What you need? Advice to move forward. And of course, the Celtic cross. I feel like everybody puts the Celtic cross in their tarot things. It's like, even like, it doesn't, it's just kind of like a rite of passage almost. And then you've got cat zodiac. So Aries, Taurus. Let's see mine. Does anybody want to know what their cat zodiac is? Where's Pisces? Here we go. Pisces cats are friendly and outgoing. They love lots of pets and scritches from new friends. They may also enjoy taking baths more than other cats. Their tarot card is the moon. This is adorable. This is a nice little bonus. Capricorn. All right, so let's see. Amethyst, you are a Capricorn cat, which means that Capricorn cats are they're incredibly disciplined and easily, well, more than other cats, trained. They're also creatures of habit and do not like change. Your tarot card is the Devil. Oh my goodness. So this is an adorable little extra. This right here, like, oh my God, in sketches, I do love some good sketches. just like a little peek into the development of the cards. I really love just artist doodles and seeing where they take them. And then here are the real dog and cats that influenced, or rather showed up in the deck. This is adorable. So, I mean, lots of bippity boppity and boo. Oh my god. So yes, this is just the sweetest, and then you get a little bit about the artist. The sweetest little book. Okay, so it's basically, it's kind of a little basic in the beginning until you get to the spreads, and then the cat, and then the cat zodiac, and then the guest stars of the deck. So that is adorable. Don't know how much I'll be referencing it. Is it okay about the planner? Yeah, that's okay to ask about the planner, Amethyst. I'm going to be figuring out a way to make it happen anyway. I've been trying to work with a printer that has fulfillment for overseas backers. And it's just, I don't know if it's working out. She's taking like the other printers that I ordered samples of materials from, just like little leather swatches and sample pieces of paper. They were able to send those right away. For some reason, it's taking this other printer 2 weeks to send. I asked them for that stuff a little while ago, and they still haven't sent it. So I think I might go with my original printer. They've been working with me pretty steadily on the project. So I'm going to get a batch printed up, and I'm going to put it into production, and I'm going to start taking pre-orders for it. I think I'm going to do it with a Shopify. So I've got to get the Shopify in order, which will probably take me a couple of weeks. Yeah, Beaker. That'll also be able to let me really like run and plug the One Tree Planted aspect of it, which was something I really couldn't mention too much on Kickstarter. I'm just grabbing my coffee off of the counter. Excuse me. Oh my God, coffee. I live for you. Why did I forget you on the counter? Here it is. Okay. So, sorry. Yes. So Shopify is just an online e-commerce platform. So basically it would be tarotplanner.com, and you would just go there and you could pre-order it. I might also, depending and I might run a Kickstarter for it again, or maybe, I don't know. We'll see how the pre-orders look, but I really want the printer that has the fulfillment to work out, but because they have fulfillment, which means that shipping for overseas people would be much better. Hi, Rainbow Love. How are you? All right. So now to the deck. Enough about me angsting about the planner. I'm trying not to think about it. It's a little disappointing, honestly. I really had my heart set on that coming through, and admittedly, I did get distracted, and I probably didn't run and manage my Kickstarter campaign in the best way. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. So it is what it is, I guess. Stop biting things, Beaker. The table's shaking because Beaker's biting things. All right, so the deck itself comes in this amazing like magnetic box. It's got a little bit of a matte, but not like the rose petally matte feel. It's just got like a matte paper feel to it. It doesn't have much going on in the back. It just has the barcode, which is nice. It's got the logo on the front. Mine has a little bit of a mushed corner, but not a big deal. Still opens pretty well. But one thing I will say, when I first opened the box, the paper on the inside is so, like, it wasn't broken in. I was almost afraid of breaking the box when I opened it because it just felt so tight, but it's getting better with, being worked open back and forth a little bit. All right, so it's got this really fun printed, like groovy, weird, like neon, Lisa Frank almost kind of, ow, Beaker. He's crawling up and down me, but here's the thing. I don't have, do you want to say hi, Beaks? No. When they at? No, don't you chew the cord. There he is. There's his wing. Stop it. All right. So it's got, ow. All right, I have to put him away. You're just being the worst. You're being the worst beak you can be. Here's your cage. Oh my God, look at all these nuts. Look at them all. Oh my goodness. Here you go, Beaker. Oh my God, he's not going away. All right, well, I tried putting him away. This bird is just up in my life, all times and forever. All right, no, you can't have this. No, you can't have nuts while you're on the table. You know this. All right, here. Oh my God, it worked. My evil trap worked. Okay, sorry. Beaker is in his cage now. That should be a little less stressful. So yes, the really fun, colorful pattern on the inside of the box, and the cards themselves have that same color. So as you can see, the inside of the box has that the same like all the way through, printed all the way through. Does not have a ribbon for removal of the cards, but it's not such a thick deck that it's that big of a deal. Also, the book doesn't go in the box, which is, I mean, it's a little annoying, but it's not too terrible. Because again, I'm not sure how much I would reference it, but as a collector, having things as a set just keeps everything neat and tidy. So that would be something that I would have preferred. But maybe in a second run, because the deck 100% prefers a second run. All right. So the deck itself, like I said, has that awesome color scheme on the back. It's actually much brighter. The lighting here just kind of sucks a little bit. And then one of the best parts about this deck is it's got metallic pink gilding. I am not normally one for a gilded deck, but this deck is just adorable. I wish you guys could see just how fantastic this gilding is. It's not even like, I can't even like show you how good the color is on this camera because it's just how shitty my camera is, but oh my God. Yeah, I bought a new camera and I'm still trying to learn how to use it, but it's like this really cute, like magenta, like pinky color. It's adorable. And it plays off of the back of the deck really well. I know, it's so amazing. So anywho, that is one of the funnest features. Also, when I was looking through the cards, the gilding didn't stick to itself. I didn't have to peel cards apart, which is really nice, because that is one of the reasons that I hate gilding, is it almost always gets fucked up when you're trying to like separate the cards to use them, because the gilding just sticks. But this didn't do that to me this time. And now the images on the cards themselves. So here we've got the Fool. Oh, the paper quality too. I should touch on that for a little bit. It's not amazing. It feels like it's I know it'll hold up, but it just feels papery and cardboardy. I guess I'm just used to having like, it's not thin either. It's pretty, it's not so thick you can't shuffle it, but it's not so thin that you're just like, oh my God, this is gonna fall apart. But it has like a weird almost cardboard, like I feel like it's like, I don't want to go too hard on it, if that makes any sense. Oh my God, like it's like, it almost makes me want to treat it with kit gloves, but I'm not gonna. So anyway, that is the only, like, I wish it was just maybe, I don't know if you can hear it either. Like it sounds papery. But anyway, it's not terrible though. And it feels a little weird to me. It feels a little off, that's all. Oh, and there's a little bit of pink crud on the bottom of that card, but that's okay. I'll just scratch it off later. All right. So I already counted the cards. They're all here. So quick walkthrough. We've got the Fool, the High Priestess. I'm sorry, the Magician, the High Priestess. Oh my God. I'm just going to take a sip of this real quick. The Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress. If there's a card that you guys want to see closer, let me know and I'll hold it back up for you. The Emperor, the Hierophant, Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, Hanged Cat. I actually really like that one. It's super fun. Death, Temperance, Devil, the Tower, the Star, my personal favorite, the Moon, but you all know I love me a lobster. I also like how the cats are sideways, which you almost never see in real life. I'm sorry, but like that spooky cat sideways run, I always have to look up YouTube videos of it. I've never once in my life seen any cat I've ever owned do it. It's totally weird. But I've also never owned kittens, so maybe it's just a kitten thing. The Sun. That's actually a really nice one. I almost never like the Sun card. I can just almost always count. I can almost always count on the Sun card just being like a baby on a horse or something that I just don't really appreciate. And for some reason, that one is just all the dog. Oh, dog, it feels so teeny. So yes, but you also have to be a literal monster to hate a picture of a kitten. So there's that, I suppose. And then Judgment and the World, which I super enjoy, is almost like an adult version of the Fool. So I'm actually going to hold these up. This ties in super nicely with each other. Look at these. So it's basically the same cat having learned from his journey a little bit. That is just like the best. It's really almost always you never see. So in tarot, it's often said like the Fool and the World are actually the same card because it's the beginning and the end, the alpha, the omega. Like you can't have a new beginning without an ending or a completion. And I mean, to actually see that in the cards is just fantastic. You never see any kind of allusion to the Fool in the World, and you never see any kind of allusion to the World in the Fool. So I like that they took it full circle. This is quite possibly the first deck that I own or can remember discussing that actually does this. So this alone, like right away, thumbs up. Whoever, it's weird, thumbs up. Candid's tabletop thumbs up. So yay, like fantastic. Thank you for doing this. It just makes it a little bit easier to tie that concept together in your brain. So I'm just gonna put that back there. All right, and then we go into the suits. So we've got the Ace of Cups, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10. And she uses traditional titles for the courts. So Page, Knight, Queen, and King. And I know that the tarot community is starting to steer away from traditional titles for the court cards. And in the bigger picture, I can see how reading something like Father, Son, Daughter, and Mother might make it easier to interpret the courts. I also like to see the traditional titles still held, though, because if you are just like, this is a deck that's going to appeal to a lot of people, including, I think, like definitely younger kids. I love it because it's cats, but like the bright colors, the fun colors, this could easily be a child's deck. I'm a firm believer of building a foundation before building up on it, before building up and expanding. So to keep the traditional titles makes it easier to equate the feel of a deck to stuff that you've learned from perhaps a traditional course or a traditional book about the Rider-Waite-Smith. And it just kind of makes it easier to make that connection with court cards, and then branching out from there, that's fine. But again, I really feel And it was just my personal experience that did it. But if I think about everything that I've ever learned and learned well, it's because I've built a good foundation of the basics before kind of going hog wild with it. So anywho, it's nice to see that the traditional titles are still kept in the deck. But easily could be edited if you wanted to like stick a piece of tape over there and be like, no, I need new titles on these. Like you could easily make this deck your own and do that. So anyway, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, strawberries. I like how the pentacles are strawberries. The other thing that I like about this deck is, I think it was the Cat Tarot that just came out, also in a purple box. It's really cute. I'll do a review of that one at some point. They put like weird little symbols on the bottoms of the cards. This just like titles the cards and like, good, that's it. It doesn't leave anything up to like, okay, well, is this a court card? Is this not a court card? Like what's going on? It doesn't leave anything. It doesn't make you question what suit the card is, but it does take liberty with what the Pentacles looks like, but it's still labeled. So you don't have to worry about like, okay, what's going on here? So the 4, the 5, sorry, my hands are getting in the way. The 6, the 7, 8. Yep, there's 8 of them. Usually the 8 of Pentacles for some reason is one of the ones where usually people are going to leave something out. That's where they leave the thing out on. Then we've got the 9 of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10 strawberries on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's weird to see on the 9 of Pentacles. And then the 10 of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so all 10 are on there. Hi, Bows and Bubbles. How are you? We're good. We're hanging in there. We're just kind of going through a new deck. The Knight, Queen, King, Ace of Swords. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit, you guys. So the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, quite possibly one of my favorites. It's a cord dressed like a cat. Oh my God, so good. Then we've got the 8, the 9, the 10, the Page, Knight. Have you noticed that all the knights are riding insects too? That's been pretty cute. The Queen and the King of Swords, and then the Wands. I think that's supposed to be catnip. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. So that's the deck. We're going to go ahead and see how she shuffles. The imagery, I think, is, again, it's really closely related to Rider-Waite, so much so that a beginner would not have trouble using it. So, yeah, 100%, like this could be a good deck for somebody who is either just learning or is just starting to get comfortable enough with tarot that they want to start to branch out. So shuffling is pretty good. That was a rifle shuffle. No sticking together, which is nice. Sometimes you see that with the super matte or the super glossy cards. If you want to keep your gilded decks nice, they don't recommend rifle shuffling, but I'm going to go ahead and still do it anyway. Sorry, just a quick sip of coffee. And it's standard tarot card size. Not too big, not too small. So if you've got smaller hands, you don't have to worry about not being able to handle these cards. It's a good travel size. If you have like a little bag for it, you can totally do that. Hand over hand via the side, completely doable. Oh my God, my nail polish is like hanging on by a thread. I need to repaint my nails so much. Hi, Priyanka. How are you? All right, so let's go ahead and see how she reads. Does anyone have a question? We're going to go ahead and do a reading with this puppy or kitten, rather. It'll be interesting to see if we get any decent hits with it. All right, so if you have a question, put your question in the chat. Is anyone coming towards you in love? Okay, let's see. So Bows and Bubbles wants to know if anybody's coming towards them in love. Let's see. We'll do standard 3-card draw for this. All right, so you got the King of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. So all of this, I would say all signs point to yes, to paraphrase the Magic 8 Ball, but you have to be patient. And that's about it, really. You know, work on maybe work on nurturing some of the relationships and stuff that you've already got going on. And as long as you work on, you know, being your best self, I don't see why not. So that is just a basic. That's just it's a really very no nonsense read, which is a little surprising to see. For why did I not reply to your text? Bianca, I didn't see you. Well, you said hi and then I said hi. So I don't know if I missed something. I'm sorry. So if you have another question, just please go ahead and put it in there. So live, I'm doing this on my computer, and I'm kind of doing it like my computer is from far away, so it's a little hard for me to see. All right, so let's see. All right. So if you have a question that you want me to read for, it looks like Rainbow Love is up next, correct? So there is, oh, okay. Well, sorry. So anyway, oh, why did Jinwoo not reply to your text? Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. So we have Rainbow Love first, and then Priyanka, I will reply to your question. I am sorry. I just don't have enough coffee in me to really be reading anything. Anyone that has been on this channel before knows that my best videos are actually in the afternoon. All right, so Rainbow Love. Anyone with love commitment coming for me and your Aquarius guy? Anything with love commitment coming for you and your Aquarius guy. So yeah, the computer is also about a yard away from me right now, you guys. So I'm totally doing the old lady, like I need glasses, but I'm not giving up the ghost squint. All right, so anybody, anything with love commitment coming up for you and your Aquarius guy? Let's see. All right. Okay, so you've got the 2 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. The 2 of Cups is almost always young love, especially in a relationship reading. It's like, we're we're gonna be like young, super awesome. Like think not like Romeo and Juliet. Oh my god. Think Romeo and Juliet, early stages. Oh, bye, Amethyst. Oh, poop. I'm sad that you have to go. So think like, you know, young, new love. I hate to say it, but puppy love or kitten love. You know, like just like the really romantic honeymoon phase of any relationship. And then I do see a bit of a cooling off. Well, no, the Eight of Swords. I don't know. This makes me want to say cooling off. Traditionally, the Eight of Swords is like something comes in really fast with fast energy or a message. I want to see what she wrote for that one, because that cat just looks like he's taking a bit of a rest. Like that looks more of a Nine of Swords cat to me. So I'm just going to reference her book real quick to be like, what the fuck's going on there, you guys? Oh, no, wait, that's Eight of Swords. I'm thinking Eight of Wands. Yeah, so feeling trapped. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, you guys. There's not enough coffee in the world for me. So, all right, so it says it's reference. I'm going to stick with my original gut feeling and say, like, a bit of a nap or a rest, like a period of, just kind of a period of, like, putting the brakes on, maybe. And then the Seven of Swords, something isn't as it seems. So it's not so much that there isn't commitment. I think there, you know, you're going to go, it's going to be like, oh my God, let's like really jump into this feet first. And then you're going to have a bit of a like, okay, it's like when you eat too much ice cream way too fast. You know, like, okay, we need to like cool our jets and take a break. And then maybe working on your communication because something isn't as it seems in that relationship as well. So it's not so much that there isn't going to be a commitment. It's just that you guys need to like learn to pace yourselves and communicate well. So I hope that was helpful. And also, boo on me for getting my card meanings mixed up. Holy cannoli, that was rookie. That was a rookie move. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna scroll up. On the screen and check what we have for questions because I know I missed some. I think next was Priyana, and why didn't Jinwoo answer her text? Okay. All right. All right. So why didn't Jinwoo answer your text? Yeah, so sometimes that card, so maybe the card meanings are a little less lined with Rider-Waite than I thought, or the images. I mean, clearly it's the first time I've looked at this deck. I'm not gonna use that as an excuse. So I'd be like, oh, Eight of Swords and go there with the Eight of Wands meaning. But the image of like kind of being resting and removed and just kind of, you know, taking a time out was definitely there in that card. But anyway, I don't know that I would say it felt trapped though. All right, so why did Jinwoo not answer your text? I don't typically do third-party readings, but and I should caveat that this is entertainment purposes only, yada yada, all that good stuff. So it might say why Jinwoo didn't, I don't know. Okay, let's find out. Why did Jinwoo not answer your text? All right. So was he at work? So sometimes when I see this either has to do this card or either the Eight of Pentacles. Traditionally, you'd see this as somebody who's in the garden and kind of waiting. You're waiting for your stuff to come through. But those two cards are really indicative of, like, when I pull them, it's just they feel like somebody's at work. So if you texted him and he was at work, could have very well been that he was just busy. I think the High Priestess and the Page of Wands are here to remind you that, you know, don't lose your head over if somebody doesn't answer your text right away. You know, this woman, you gotta, it's basically, these are telling you to like, okay, yeah, you want to, maybe you want to like let this guy know that you're interested, but play it cool kind of a thing. You know, the High Priestess, she's good. She's set. She knows what's good for her. She's very knowledgeable. She's got her own shit and her own life going on. And the Page of Wands is somebody who is learning about, oh, bye, Bow City. When did you sneak in there? Oh my goodness. All right, Bow City, I'll see you later. And the Page of Wands is somebody who is like pursuing a new passion or a hobby. Where this guy's concerned, like, just remember that it's very new, but you want to kind of play it cool. And he didn't answer you because he was probably at work and he forgot. So maybe give it a little bit of time and shoot him another text. But otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it too much. And if something does seem amiss in the reason that he did, like if you text him, he's like, oh, yada, yada, like the High Priestess is also there to remind us to listen to our intuition. If something seems off about why he didn't answer your text, then, you know, go with your gut and just kind of remember that, you know, you're strong and you're independent and all that good stuff. And, you know, just respect your time and your space. That's all. So that was your reading, I guess. All right, let's see. We've got, who else? So Glamour wants to know what's coming up in your love life for you. And then we've got Hala with what's coming up in your relationship with husband. There's a lot of love going on right now, you guys. Like, what is going on? Okay, so is it spring? All you youngins? All you youngins and your worries about your boys and your relationships and your, what is even going on with this right now? Okay, so we'll do Glamour, we'll do a reading for you. All right, and then we'll do Hala, and then maybe we can take one more. So Glamour, what is coming up in your love life for you? Ooh, this is a very fancy spread for somebody asking about their love life. So the Two of Pentacles suggests that you're juggling a few different options in your love life. You know, you're weighing the pros and cons. Maybe there's something, you know, maybe there's a couple of suitors, maybe there's one, and you're kind of like being wishy-washy about it. The Fool suggests picking one and taking a leap of faith with that person. And the King of Wands, it always suggests like a dude or a person that is just not one right now, though. So you probably have some options coming up then. I mean, you know, this is, you want to, like, reading predictively doesn't always represent the present so much as it could the near future. Just know that you'll have some options coming up. So the two of Pentacles is either about juggling money. It's usually about juggling money or options. And when you kind of, when you're taking into account the fact that we're reading for a love spread, usually I see this as juggling suitors. And then the Fool is, again, just taking a leap with one of them. And then the King of Wands usually represents somebody who may not be rich in like the traditional sense as far as money, but they're really passionate about the stuff that they do. They're passionate about the way that they live life. They're passionate about, they're not worried so much about like, do I have the fanciest house or the fanciest car? They're worried about whether or not, am I living my life to the fullest? Am I going to regret anything, when time comes, to leave the planet? So if I were you, I'd focus on the one that is acting more like that and less about their stuff. So that would be kind of the one that, would maybe be a better fit. So that is, I know Pink Drop, aren't they just the cutest? Oh my God, the cutest character ever. All right, so that would be what is coming up for you in love. You've got a couple to juggle. You know what it reminds me of? Holy shit. Marry him or marry me. I'm the one that loves you, baby. Can't you see? I ain't got no princess, riches, or family tree, but I know what a prince and lover ought to be. I know what a prince and lover ought to be. Say, 1, 2, princess stand before you. My bird is screaming. Like it reminds me of the song Two Princes. Oh my God. So that is, holy shit. I think we just had an intuitive hit. So you're going to have a 1-2 princes situation, and it's going to be amazing. So just keep in mind that the one that's got, make the best choice in the situation for you, I guess. But keep that song in mind while you're on your journey. So anyway, sorry. So Hala, what is going on with you? And I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Let me go scroll up a little bit. And then Sunshine, I think you'll be the last reading for the day. What's positive that's about to come up in your career? Okay, we can do that question too. Right, Hazim, sorry. I forgot his name. Let's see. All right, so what's coming up with Hala and Hazim? The alliteration there is fantastic, by the way. It's like a dream team name. All right. So yeah, that whole entire reading was basically Two Princes. All right, so what is coming up with Hala and Hazim? All right. All right, let's see. Everybody wants like fancy relationship readings today. Gods, aren't these just the best cards ever? All right, so we've got the 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Magician. So was there a recent upheaval in your relationship of some sort? Like a breach of trust, or like some sort of a loss. There's usually, when you see this card, it's usually something not super awesome has happened, and it's really hard to move past. So if there was an upheaval or a breach of trust in that relationship, I don't know, man. It's really hard to kind of move on from something like that. Yeah, so this is saying to me, okay, so the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is usually new mental energy, new ideas, new whatever. Sometimes I see it when something just needs to be, I hate to say cut out, but like it needs the old chop. So unfortunately, I think with this, what you need, this spread is more about what you need to do, which is start thinking about why, like how to move on, what you're really passionate about, like what is going on in your life, what's on the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords. So yeah, like maybe like this whole thing is saying to me that I don't know if it's over, it's over. If that makes any sense. And you've got the page, like I said, you've got the Page of Swords on the bottom. Again, new, fresh ideas and incoming. Um, you're manifesting a reunion with this person. I mean, maybe, but I mean, what exactly? The magician would make me ask, what exactly does this person have for you or do for you that you can't already do for yourself? And I think that that needs to be explored a little bit. And you need to explore whether or not the upheaval can really be moved past before you can truly manifest a reunion with this person. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, it's, you know, you need to let go of this piece before anything you can really move on. But moving on may or may not mean that this person continues to be in your life. So just really kind of give it a good hard think and see whether or not that's going to work out for you. But so twin flame is nice, but you're not always meant to be with your twin flame. I would never wish a twin flame on anybody. Everybody thinks that twin flame is a super awesome thing to have, and it's not. The relationship is always going to be tempestuous and just really roller coastery. And there's a lot of good stuff that happens, but the other side of that is there's a lot of bad stuff that happens, because you're basically think of a kid who is like the exact same person as their parent, and they almost never get along. Like it's two, because twin flame energy is basically a soul that was split into two, and like just okay, like go be two separate people now. Like also, if you find each other, like it's not meant so much as everybody interprets twin flame as love and like soulmate, that kind of a thing. And hi, Zach, how are you? And in reality, what twin flame energy is a spirit, or your energy, or your soul, or whatever you want to call it. It got split up. It's like, it's basically, it wants to fast track the lessons it needs to learn to ascend to a different energetic level. So you split into two to get the job done, and you're honestly never really supposed to meet while you're on the earth, because it would just be fucking horrendous. Like it would be amazing and passionate and yada yada, but it would also be like the worst relationship you've ever had in your entire life, because it's literally yourself. And some people, like, you know, there's a lot of healing and stuff that needs to be done before, like, a lot of people don't really give themselves the love they deserve. They're, you know, we're hardest on ourselves. So how are you going to act towards a person that is literally just a separate piece of you? I'm not going to count that as a jumper, because it really wasn't. Yeah, it's just way too intense. So I'm going to pull a card for your outcome as requested, but I would remind you that, you know, really sit down and think, is this something that you for real want? Ace of Wands. You've got a lot of new energy here, like a lot of aces, a lot of magician. So swords and wands would definitely be present here a bunch. But yeah, so this is more about passion and new beginnings and ideas and whatnot, and maybe starting to look at this in a different way than you have been looking at it. So I just breathing new energy in and just kind of trying to go from there. I think definitely like the word new just keeps coming out of my mouth. So I think that new is really where you need to start thinking, like new. I don't know, for some reason that word is just kind of like sticking. So I hope it means something to you, and I hope I've given you some food for thought as far as twin flame is concerned. It's a really hard relationship to have, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. All right, so sorry about that. And then we've got Sun. Are you still there, Sun? Sun wanted, I'm scrolling up back to your question. Sunshine. Something positive coming up in your career. Pink drop, you are actually, Sun is first in line before you. And if I have time, then yes, I will do a reading for you. All right, let me see. All right, so let's see. All right, so something positive for Sunshine's career. What's coming up that's positive? I'm just going to do a general career reading. If something positive is coming your way, it'll show up in the cards. It's usually the way it works anyway. All right. All right. Oh, it's 10:12. I don't know. Pink drop. We might not have time for you. I'm sorry. Let's do Sun's reading and then we'll see how long it takes. I don't want to get your hopes up because I do have to go to work this morning. Right. So Sun's career. But I am going to try to make this be a more regular feature. So feel free to come back and, ask a question then. Ooh, the Fool likes to come up for us a lot today. Maybe it's because I complimented it so much earlier. Okay, so you got Judgment, the Fool, and a Four of Wands. This would tell me that you're getting a new career. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Judgment is usually a rebirth or a remaking. Are you thinking about a career switch? Are you thinking about switching careers? Because this would tell me that you are. You're just kind of super ready to do that. And then the Fool, of course, in a career reading would tell me new job. And then the Four of Wands, usually you see that in a situation that's, you see that in a situation that's kind of like new, homey feeling, new, like just kind of like a place that you feel settled and comfortable and welcome. And again, ties in with new job. So this would tell me that new job is coming. It's a pretty straightforward reading, and it looks like it's a place you're going to be pretty happy. I think just when the time comes for you to answer that call to a new job, take it, because usually something like this could easily turn into a tower moment. So just if when the time comes, just answer the call to the new job. So that's it. I mean, it's really all right. Pink drop. You want to know what's coming up in your love life, and you said you've been single forever. All right. So yeah, I have time to do pink drop, and then if that reading doesn't take too long, then Vase, I will do one for you. Right. So how about instead of no, we're not going to do a who is coming for you. We're going to do a how to open yourself up to receive love, because if you've been single forever, it suggests to me that there's some shit to work on there. How do you make yourself ready to receive new love? Alrighty, so I don't know, this is all pretty basic stuff. The Emperor would suggest to me kind of getting your traditional basic ducks in a row. The Emperor is somebody who's just, they're pretty in charge of their life, job, place to live, car, bank account, all of that good stuff. So get your ducks in a row. get your ducks in a row as far as that's concerned. The Six of Pentacles suggests that there is a little bit of either a give and take situation emotionally or financially. Are you financially tied to somebody else? Like, are you financially dependent on someone else right now? Are you looking perhaps to, like, I mean, these two cards would tell me that there's something going on financially that's kind of blocking you from really moving on and opening yourself up, or you're just hyper focused on it. You're in uni? All right. Are you like, are you holding people to an impossibly high standard that your dad has set forth? Or are you I don't know. I mean, if you're in uni studying, I'm gonna do another 3 for you. Page of Cups is usually new emotions and love, but there's a snake in there, so. Well, I'll be damned if it isn't our old friends, the Eight of Swords, Two of Cups, and Judgment. Okay, so I mean, like, I don't know why you feel the need to kind of. I mean, again, this card is like it speaks very much as far as like giving it a rest. I feel if you stop hyper focusing on whether or not you're going to be dating someone, like that's like when you kind of let it go and start focusing on other things, like, you know, like studying at university, like getting yourself situated in a job that you like, or you know, like just kind of like doing what you need to be doing. Like that's usually when love kind of pops its ugly head up. I mean, if you're kind of like, oh my god, I've been single forever, what am I going to do? Like if you keep angsting over that, nothing's going to happen. But these two cards are usually indicative of, again, new love and new relationships showing up. Judgment is a card of rebirth, though, so I don't necessarily see these relationships being anything super long term, but it's maybe going to reframe the way that you're thinking about approaching relationships while you're at university. So again, just do what you're supposed to be doing. Maybe look at trying to become a little more financially responsible, because these two are sticking out like a sore thumb to me. Between like the back and forth of that and then the Emperor, that's kind of like all right, time to get your money shit together. And like again, the eight of swords is like, give it a rest. So that would be your reading. I know it's a little bit all over the place, but when something's all over the place like that, it usually indicates to me that the question that you have is not your biggest worry. So, you know, just stop stressing about it. It's really not that big of a deal. You're in university. Like there's bigger worries than about whether or not, you know, you're going to have somebody kind of like, you know, whether or not you're going to be in a relationship. There's plenty of time for that after. So yeah, just take a chill pill, man. Work on what you got to work on. And if you're supposed to have it, it'll find you. All right. So then Vaz, are you still there? Vaz or Vox? I forget. I think it's Vaz. It's Vaz. Sorry. All right, Vaz, you're my last reading for the afternoon, or for the day. For the morning. It's morning, it's not afternoon. All right, Vaz, what is your question? I need your question, Vaz. Maz, what's your question? What is it? Can't read for you without a question. Can't read for you without a question. All right. Is this thing frozen? Maz, you there? The outcome of your new relationship. Oh my God, everybody's got love questions this morning. All right. Well, that's fine. Maybe it's the pinkiness of this deck. And like, I don't know. I find that some decks tend to attract certain types of readings. It's really weird. Like when there's a couple of decks that attract, like whenever I bust them out, people are like business readings. And then there's other decks, whenever I bust them out, people are like love readings. It's really kind of weird and neat to see. Zach, if you're still there, do you ever notice that? Like if you bust out a certain deck, people are just like, this type of reading. So it would be, because Zach reads a lot online, Tiger's Abyss. So, I mean, if anybody would know more, he would, because he does this way more than I do. All right, so let's see. Outcome of your new relationship. Interesting. Okay, so off to a great start. Ends okay. The Nine of Cups is usually like, this whole thing is gonna sound so stupid. But like the Nine of Cups is like the wish card, like the good happy endings card. I would remind whoever not to be smug about getting all their things. Like, just you're blessed, you're lucky, count your blessings. It's kind of like the kind of card that it is. It's like, yeah, you're gonna, like, it's gonna be great. But the moon, especially in the middle, is like 404, page not found. I know you choose the deck to do the reading, Zach, but like, do you ever notice like, oh, today I'm going to read with XYZ deck, and then all of a sudden, like, you've got a ton of people being like business, or if like I'm going to read with this deck, and everybody's like love. So I think the big part of this, anyway, back to Vaz, back to your reading. I think the big part of this reading is not to worry too much about it, but half the fun is not knowing too much about it either. You know, like, it's like, I don't think you have to worry about the outcome of the relationship so much. It all looks very pleasant, but let there be some surprises. Let there be some, you know, the journey's going to have to take you it's going to take you a certain way, but you know, it's going to take you exactly where it needs to take you. You're going to learn the lessons that you need to learn, but it's not going to really help you to be like, to have a cheat sheet, if that makes any sense. So I think it's going to be the relationship that it needs to be, but also, like, don't try to, you know, just let it happen is kind of the reading for that, if that makes any sense to you. I hope it does. But yes, so that is that. Yeah. So I didn't really notice it too much until I started, because I tend to read the same decks a lot. Even though I've got a shit ton of decks, I usually read with like the same 5-6 decks. And it's also weird to notice too, like when you do like an unboxing, usually it's the same kind of reading throughout the whole entire thing. So anyway, this was first impressions with the Weird Cat Tarot and a little mini reading session to see how it does. So anyway, yes, if you want this deck, definitely check out the link down below. There's also a link to my Kickstarter, which ends in an hour. So if you need yourself a tarot planner, if you're thinking about learning or reading tarot, if you already do read tarot and you keep a journal or a planner, it's basically the best journal planner that you will ever need or want or own, for people who love tarot. So anyway, that link to that is also in the doobly. That was a shameless self-promotion. All right, kids. I've got to run. Tarot Sphere, it was wonderful to hang out with you this morning. We're going to do it a lot more, especially since I've got this new setup. I will see you later. Bye, guys. Beaker says bye as well, and he's sorry he was so annoying this morning.